So now we have to understand, where am I going to see? Where am I going to see the sensation? Where am I going to see the miasm? Right? And if I consider the miasm to be the sensation and sensation to be miasm, and then again we are having a big trouble. Because many of the words are interlinked. Many of the words that we saw now in this case also, jealousy was also there, image was also there, sensitive nature is also there. But it's a part of one complete adamas as a picture. Right? So we'll have to be very careful where, when, how, what is the thing that we are seeing. Is this the sensation? Is this the miasm? If it's a miasm, why is it a miasm? Right? If it's a sensation, what is it that it is making a sensation? Okay? We go further. It is the depth. At what depth is that sensation experienced? Is it acutely that the sensation is experienced? Is it that you are just accepting that sensation? Is it that you are making it a severe, desperate attempt of a crisis? Is it that you are really struggling in it? Is it that you are making a try and attempt and then you are going to accept it? Or is it that it is intermittently that particular sensation is coming? Depends upon the miasm. That's the miasm, right? Is the sensation experienced? That becomes the miasm. So what of the case is the sensation, whereas the miasm is the how, or how much deep, how much desperate, how much intensified. What is the intensity of your desperation? That gives you the miasm. Are you understanding? Are you getting this? How desperate are you into getting out of that situation? How desperate are you that you are facing, sensing that particular sensation? If it is squeezed, how desperate? Is it that you are suddenly, I'm getting squeezed? This is acute. Are you getting? Oh my God, see that thing, no? Oh, it will squeeze me. I don't want to go near it. Oh, let it be, I don't want to. This is the psychotic way of that understanding. Are you seeing? This is the way how different desperation are shown to a given sensation. Are you there? Are you understanding? This is what we have to understand in the case. So how becomes of the case is the miasm, and what is the sensation? Next. The miasm and the sensation are inseparable, and the two are the two aspects or qualities of the disease state. They are inseparable. As I said yesterday also, the black elephant was walking on the roadside. Who was walking? Black elephant. What was black? The elephant. Right? So you ask anyway, you have to give the other answer. It is a must. Because both are there in that particular sentence. Right? Because black qualifies the elephant's color. Who was black? Is the elephant that was black. That is the animal who is black. Are you seeing? So both have to be in tandem. So miasm and sensation both has to be hand in hand. It cannot be that it is separable. Right? The only one miasm at any one point of time can be possible. Pathology does not determine the miasm, as what we had asked, someone had asked over here. Malaria, will it be? Pathology will not give you the miasm. Right? So malaria can be acute, can be malaria patient of pathology, malaria diagnosis can be acute till syphilitic anything. Any miasm can be possible. Right? Next. Diagnostic way of looking cannot give you the miasm. As I said, malaria can be from acute till syphilitic. So eruption, type of eruption or color of eruption will not give you whether it is acute or it is psychotic or it is malarial or it is ringworm or anything. But we have to see how desperate that person is in whatever given type of eruption it may be. That will decide the miasm. Right? How going to determine the miasm is these 5 steps, what I have seen in my practice. Patient or the complaint perceived. Oh my God, doctor, I tell you, my knee joint is really killing me. From past 4-5 days, I have not gone to work. What the hell is happening with this knee joint? This is one way of saying. Okay? Another patient will say, yeah, doctor, I've got this pathology done and doctor says it is just a simple arthritis and these are the reports. Now you decide what is to be done. Another person will say like this. Right? The third person will say, gone, sure, gone now. my lovu, my darling, sign the papers of all the will and property. I have got arthritis now. I think I am going to die with this. Are you seeing the third way of talking? The way the presentation is done also will give you the idea how they are perceiving their complaints, shows the depth of desperation there itself. Are you getting? Are you understanding this? Someone would say, my two children are completely different. One cannot stand hunger at all. That child will say, Halla, Gulla and all, will bang vessels around him. Once he wants food, means he wants food. But the other one, no. Even though he is smaller, but he will quietly sit on the sofa till I give him the food. Are you seeing this? The desperation for the elder one is acutely desperate, whereas the second one is psychotically waiting till the mother will give. Right? This is how the depth of desperation will differ in their very presentation of the complaints. The way they will tell you the chief complaints also will give you the idea as to what miasm they actually belong from. If perceived as a sudden, intense, violent threat, the miasm is acute. If perceived as a critical, short-lived, threatening situation, then it is a typhoid miasm. Whatever way the person can present himself or herself. That presentation of the chief complaint at the beginning can also give you a hint of the way the miasm could be. Right? Next. Situation. If it is intense, instinctive reflex or to escape, then the miasm is acute. Suddenly they will tell you, Doc, oh my God, that MRI machine was a dreaded thing for me. The body was going inside like this, inside. I thought it will engulf me. I got up and I ran. I didn't want to. I told the doctor, I don't want to get into that machine. This is like acute understanding, acute miasmatic. That it is a sudden threat. Just about the report, just about the MRI machine, the patient is saying like this. I was so scared, I got up from that machine and I ran up from that place. I didn't want to do MRI. Right? So this is how they will present. So this is what you can see as an acute miasm. Sudden threat, sudden danger, sudden violent danger that is coming up. They perceive the situation like that. If the reaction is a concentrated effort to reach a position of comfort, then the miasm is of typhoid. Right? Next. Hope alternating with acceptance, then it is ringworm, which we saw in the previous slide also. If this particular hope is there and it alternates with this particular idea of acceptance, then it is a ringworm. If any person tells you about any situation, anywhere happening, yeah, what way they will do? The local train has underwent an accident, doc. So many patients are injured. My God, it was a terrible thing, you know. When I heard that news, it was a shocking thing. I was dreaded with that thing. But what to do? These are day to day, this is happening. What are you hearing here? You are also hearing that there is something, that there is a hope that they will recover from that, and they are also accepting that this is a situation that has happened. You can't avoid it. Are you getting? This is how these people will show. If it is desperate with very little hope of succeeding, it's a cancer miasm. Extremely effortful job, extremely beyond reach. It's a huge target. It is a target like, for example, in the World Cup cricket match, the opponent have made 450 runs in 50 overs. It's beyond a capacity to reach there. It's superhuman effort that will be required. Someone who has to make a double century, only then it is possible. So it is that type. That is a cancer miasm. Superhuman effort by one of the player will be required in order to reach the target of 450 plus to win the match. Right? So that is how the cancer miasm will be. Next. In an alternating state in ringworm miasm, or intermittent indicates the malarial miasm. So you can see how desperate the space is. Is it fast, quick, sharp, acute, sudden, and then coming back suddenly? This is acute. Is it going, staying, again coming, again banging, again? This is like a ringworm. Are you getting? So this is what you have to see. What is the speed, the pace, the way the complaint is, the way the situation is, the way the person is trying to describe those particular situations. Right? That will also determine the miasmatic understanding. Attitude indicates the cancer miasm. So it is something that the way the attitude is. What is the type of attitude that the person is having? Only waiting in the waiting room also will give you what type of person that personality is. Right? Suddenly someone gets up and gets angry. How much long that the doctor is going to take? Shows you the depth of desperation. Right? Someone will say, other person will say, okay, Baba, wait, he is seeing patient now. He is not gambling around or he is not making fun of anything or he is not wasting time. This is the way how psychotic will look. Right? That also will give you the